This is a continuation from video 1. I'll be finishing my week 6 training program and then be done. For Saturday. On Saturday I'll have SAQ training. SAQ training is also known as speed, agility, quickness training. I'll have ladders. I'll have 2 ladders and both feet have to be placed in each ladder. And then I'll have hurdles and you go forward 10, back 10 and then sideways 10. The speed, agility, quickness training, or SAQ training, is done to improve the speed in her legs, and it also helps improve power. And this means she should be able to also jump higher, but to increase her speed across the court. If she's able to jump higher, she's able to outwit more opponents and get the ball and score more for her team. And if she's able to move across the court quicker, she's also able to move into different positions, and these different positions could lead to scoring opportunities. On Sunday she'll have work and netball, and that's why I've said she should rest. Adaptations. Here is my adapted session. The original session was going to be a HIIT session, and the warm-up was going to be of PNF stretches, and then my cool-down was going to be static stretches. I've changed this to a plyometric training session. This is because the equipment that I needed for my HIIT session was not available, and I also could not get the hall for my HIIT session, so I decided that my plyometric session would be the next best alternative. My warm-up. I'd have my clients to have a gentle jog in the first quarter of the half. And then as she advances into the second quarter of the half, I'd have her to do dynamic stretches in the legs. This would focus on lunges, opening the gate and closing the gate, and then feeding the chickens to stretch her gastrocnemius. And then in the third quarter, what I'd want her to do is pass to a teammate as she's walking along. This gets ball familiarization done, and her sport is netball, so I'd have her and her teammates just standing side by side, just walking sideways, passing the ball to one another. This gets their eyes mentally ready for a game. Even though I'm doing plyometric training, it helps them move whilst doing something which can also help improve the skill. And then afterwards, we'd have dynamic stretches in the legs again, and also in the arms as well. For my session of plyometric training, the first drill I'd have would be 5 sets of 10 box jumps onto a 20-inch box, and then rest in between each set. The rest is important as it allows her body to recover, and your body can recover from one single bout of exercise in up to 30 seconds. However, if I give her longer than that, she should be able to continuously improve. However, by giving her less, her body could go into progressive overload, which would help her jump higher. The second drill would be 5 sets of forward and backward jumps over a 40cm hurdle, with rest in between each set. The forward and backwards jumps mimic movement she does in netball. So she jumps forward to receive a ball, and also might have to jump backwards or sideways to receive a ball. When you receive a ball in the air in netball, it gives you a wider range of movement. And also, by having jumps backwards and forwards by her landing on her feet, it would help improve her stability as well. For my cool down, I'd give my client a gentle walk around the first quarter of the court. Then in the second quarter, she would have static stretches in her legs. So she'd stand still and do maybe one lunge and then maybe walk in between. And then in the third quarter, I'd have her walking around just to get rid of any lactic acid that would be building up. And then 2 hours later, I'd have her to do PNF stretches in the hamstrings and quadriceps at home. This can either be done with a resistance band, a towel, or another person to help her. Thank you very much. That has been Client 1. Client 2 will follow on in a second video.